Alright, welcome back, and in case you're just joining us, it's Thursday's edition of a top flight television program, Morning Ride, and we are at that spot where it's actually the guest corner, and joining us on our next conversation, it's the chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Delta State Council, our own comrade, Michael Okowa. We'd like to welcome you to the program.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, it's been a while we had you now.
Yeah, that's true.
Good to have you, Comrade Michael Okowa.
It's my pleasure.
On our show.
All right, so quickly, for want of time, there's a project that is actually going to be inaugurated in your time. And I think that's a good one for you. That is, if you ask me, if you want me to put you on the scorecard, it's a good one, 100%. Because it's happening in your time, and I just wish you have your name inscribed there, one of the edifice there, which is the inauguration of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ Delta State Council, tomorrow. And we had the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Mr. Charles Aniagu, say that government involvement in the project, it's a way of showing appreciation to the NUJ for its partnership with the administration over the years. Can you just take it away from there?
Well, if you ask me, I would say that I am the happiest man on earth today, because it's a dream that has come true. Many of my predecessors, they tried their best by coming up with ideas, with lofty programs that also saw the laying of the foundation of the edifice that will be inaugurated tomorrow. So it's a good thing that government has really reciprocated the gesture and the goodwill that they have enjoyed from members of the NUJ Delta State Council. And today we are saying that it's a dream come true. And our joy knows no bound, particularly myself as the chairman of NUJ. That is happening in my time is one thing that I cherish so much, because many try to actualize that dream, but it never came true. That is happening in my time. I want to say that I'm very, very grateful, first of all, to God Almighty for making it possible, and also to thank Governor Okowa, who also committed his resources and committed his time towards ensuring that the project is come to reality. I'm very elated.
Okay, now this has come to pass in your time. I want to find out, how would journalists, or how would you want journalists to put that edifice into good use, especially as far as journalism is concerned?
Well, Press Center all over the world is a place where media practitioners residing in that particular location, converge every moment, every time. It has no time bound. You can come there by 2 a.m. and you still meet people. That's where after going out to gather their news stories, they will come back to the press center to file in their stories. So much I can say that they know the essence of the edifice, and I know we are going to put into proper use, because if such a building is there and we are unable to maintain it to a level that people will say yes, we have done well, I think we have ourselves to blame. So I must ensure that within the period remaining in my tenure, that the edifice will be put to proper use, and journalists who are practicing in this state will really benefit all that has been put in that place. It has been completed and furnished. So, but there are other things. By the time we pack it, we'll begin to look at where we can also contribute to ensure that we put it to proper use. Like as a practicing journalist, we need a functioning what's it called, network, that will enable us to access the internet all the time to find our stories and also do research on. So and I want to let you know that there's a section that has been carved out for like a computer lab, where our people can sit down and file in their stories. I'm also aware that I'm going to provide some laptop and some computers to enable us effectively maximize the potentials that we have in that edifice. So there's no gainsaying the fact that journalists who know the essence of that press center would definitely put it to proper use.
Okay, the question I'd like to ask now, a project of such magnitude, which is quite an edifice if you ask me, we're going to be looking at the management. Are you going to concede it to a private consultant who will manage and give you proceeds? Because part of the facilities that we see in there is a living, where people can probably, if they are stranded, sleep over. And I also know that you're going to be opening up a restaurant where also we managed. Do you intend to manage it yourself, or you did intend to set up a committee that will actually drive the process?
Well, from my experience as chairman of World Correspondent Chapel, we have a press center there. It's a duplex that we have about 7 rooms. We try to manage that room by ourselves, but it didn't yield desires. So I have laid out some plan that I'm going to convince members of my ESCO and the NUJ members that we need to concession it, give it to a particular, some individuals to run for us, and at the end of the month they pay us some money for using our facility. Like you are talking about the guest room, we have just 4 rooms there. You understand? So, but any journalist that is stranded can go there and sleep, but not free.
Oh really? I thought because it's a journalist center, any journalist who is stranded maybe comes
just over. How do you maintain it? How do you pay the workers that will be working there?
From other, you have a hall there?
There's a hall.
They can rent out for events.
Yes.
You can get proceeds from there.
Because
I'm feeling journalists who
we did it in Warri, it didn't pay, so we are going to give it out to individuals to run. You understand? And pay us rent. But if you talk about a restaurant, there's no restaurant there now. But we are believing that when we're packing, we're going to look for developers to come and help us build restaurants as part of, because NUJ Press Center is a one-stop shop where you have everything working, restaurant, bar, and other things. So that by the end of the day, journalists who have gone to really gather will come there and unwind. Individuals, well-wishers and benefactors of who come around, journalists will also come and sit with them and interact. In a sane society, when you come to such environment, you discover that by interacting with journalists, stories can also come up. Exactly. Let them know what the government have done, what individuals have done, and what the past some agencies and organizations have. You understand? So it's a place where we want people to come and and unwind after the day's story.
Yes, because I know, for example, now the lounge where you use for press releases, anybody. I can decide to say, okay, I want to do my press release.
The press briefing of
the press briefing. Rather than the pressmen meeting me up somewhere else. Do you intend to open such windows?
Yes, by the virtue of this inauguration, at the end of the day, we are going to come up with a statement calling on the public that any press briefing, any press conference we are going to hold in this part of the country must be done at the press center. You understand? We can come up, maybe you go out of your way to do a press conference in your office. We can't come up to say, oh, we discredit it. You understand? Because that is the culture. Now that we have a befitting press center, it behoves on the public to come there and do their press briefing or press conference. You understand? There are exceptions like the governor, the commissioner of police, because of the security implication of what they do. Some of them are exempted, but at the end of the day, we'll come up with those who are exempted to do their press week in their offices. But for every other person, you come there and talk to journalists, and be rest assured that your story will get out to the public.
And I know that's not going to be used for free.
No, there's always a token to be paid.
Because we know that at the end of the brief, they can
you pay for the facility. Most times they want to do their press briefing in hotel. They also pay for such things. So the facility you are going to use for the press briefing, you pay.
Just a quick one.
Somehow we lack maintenance culture. I mean, ensuring that the facilities that are there are properly taken care of. We don't smear the walls and all that. So how are you going to ensure that there's proper maintenance of that?
Like I told you earlier, that's why we are giving it out to somebody to run. Then the token that they will be paying to us, we can also use to maintain the facility that we have around us. You understand? Really, maintenance culture is a very big problem in this part of the world. But the people that we are saying that are very good at maintaining their properties, They didn't come from heaven. So we must begin to evolve a culture that will enable us to maintain the environment where we live and ensure that the facilities given to us is also put into proper shape. When you have a television that is in your office and it stopped working, don't leave it. Find a way to repair it so that it can be functional. So those are the things we are thinking we are going to do, and I must assure you that it's not going to be business as usual. We will ensure that all the facilities handed over to us in the remaining period that I have will be properly taken care of.
Okay, just a quick one now. Going to the residential, will they be restricted strictly to practicing a journalist, or are you going to open it up for public as well?
No, all the facilities there will be open to the public, except the internet facilities that we will restrict to our members. If you want to eat, you can come there and eat. If you want to drink, you come there and drink. If you want to sleep and you come, there is opportunity for any room available. You pay and you lodge. So it's not going to be restricted to members of the NUJ. It's open to the public. It's a public place.
Okay. It's like a public facility now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And let's deviate a little from the building. You are the chairman NUJ, and of course we are talking about journalists, how to make the work effective for them and all that. As we move into the 2023 general elections, how do you think a journalist can actually play their role to ensure that things are properly done?
We have said it before now. I will continue to emphasize on that. That as a practicing journalist, you don't have to get involved in politics. If you want to play active politics, resign from your office and go and be active in politics. Because if you are a journalist and you are one leg is in journalism, the other leg is in politics, there won't be room to effectively deploy the ethics of the profession to really benefit the public. So I've always said, if you want to be in politics, like me, I used to be active in politics, but since I became a chairman of NUJ from Warri to this time now, I stopped playing active politics.
Even while you were a journalist?
Yes, if I'm not leading, what I'm saying in essence that before I became a journalist, I was fully participating in politics.
Okay.
But when I became a journalist, I saw that if it would allow me to do my job effectively, yes, because there will be sentiment. My party is this. This one is my brother. This one is this. That is not supposed to be in same climb where journalism is practiced with the respect and responsibility given to it. You don't have to get involved in politics. So I will always tell our members, stay away from politics, so that if you belong to party A and you want to go and cover party B will not welcome you, because they will see you that as you are already partisan. There's no how they're going to convince you. There's no how they're going to put their own perspective of the issues that you're not beginning to see from the vantage point of objectivity and fairness. Those are the things, because journalists, we are the watchdog of society. We are friends to everybody. We are no enemy to anybody. If you want to practice journalism as it were, don't get involved in politics. If you want to be a politician, resign from being a journalist and go into politics.
Okay, what do I take you on this particular aspect? Because the way the Nigerian politics is being played now, most of the politicians need the services of media aids to actually drive most processes for them. So who do you expect the politician now to pick? Somebody who is just a social media handler, or somebody who knows the ethics of journalism?
Yeah, if you see what is happening today, most of the politicians, because maybe they don't want to pay, they will now just go and pick one of their brothers that just graduated from the university that have a iPad or Android phone to become their media aid. That is not the best way to go. And if you look at some of the press releases that comes from them, the way they manage their principal, it calls for concern, you understand? Because most of them, they don't know the rudiments of journalism. They don't know what and what to say. That's why you see them sometimes they mislead their principal, say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, we only to really make amends. I will advocate. We have also concluded that as we approach the 2023 election, we'll continue to hammer on the fact that if you want to pick a media aid, pick a professional journalist. If that journalist is picked as a media aid, we now know that he's no longer practicing. He can play the game of his master. He can play the politics with his master, because that time is no longer in active practice. Like we have one of our members, Bat Oza, who is now a councillor. He's no longer reporting as a journalist. So he's playing politics and he's concentrating on that. All all the political actors, if you are the local government chairman, you are House of Assembly member, House of Reps, Senator, or Governor, or whatever position you occupy, if you want to pick media aid, pick a professional journalist. We are going to come up with a position after the 2023 election. Anybody that goes out of his way to pick a non-journalist, we are not going to cover him.
It's high time that is done.
Do you understand me? No, journalists should just boycott his or her activities. Because you don't want, if they want to pick legislative aid in the House of Assembly, they pick a lawyer. It's legislative, I don't know the particular legal aid. There's that specific one that must reserve for a lawyer. So why not pick a journalist to occupy that position? So those are the things we want to correct. You want to pick a media aid, look for a professional journalist. If you don't have one, come to the NGO, we'll give you one.
That's good.
Okay, so the activities for tomorrow, just as we begin to wrap up quickly, for the inauguration for tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are the activities like?
What is lined up?
The program as usual is just the governor, all the needed arrangement will be made between now and tomorrow morning. The governor is coming by 9 a.m. to commission the project. And we are using this opportunity to call on members of the NUJ to come out en masse to welcome the governor. And our friends and well-wishers will also come and celebrate with us. It's like moving from, we are no longer now in Egypt, we are going to our promised land. And it has taken us over 30-something years.
It's a dream come true.
Yes, it's a dream come true, and we must celebrate it. I want to thank the Delta State government under the leadership of Governor Okowa for really deeming it fit to complete this press center. Not only forgetting his predecessor, Governor Emmanuel Iweta, who gave us the land and laid the foundation. Also, mention must be made of the former SSG to Delta State government, Comrade Ovuzolo Macaulay, one of the founding fathers of NUJ Delta State Council, who also made his effort to ensure that that building started. My predecessor, my mentor, and my leader, Comrade Norbert Chancellor, who also toiled day and night to ensure that he secured that parcel of land and laid the foundation and built it to a certain stage before we took over. I also want to let Deltas know that the Commissioner for Information, Mr. Charles Ehedu Anyago, is a workaholic, is a committed journalist who also toiled day and night to ensure that the governor, have a listening ear and approve the project that is now completed. The Chief Press Secretary to the governor also, I want to thank him, Comrade Olisa Ifejika, for really playing his part. All of them contributed to the success we are seeing tomorrow. And my members, I also appreciate them, because without their support to my ESCO, wouldn't have gone to this extent. All I ask from them is that they should continue to give us the maximum support needed for us to succeed, and as we progress as members of the NUJ Delta State Council. Deltas, while you play politics, just remember that after politics there is life. Ensure that your campaigns are issue-based. Don't pitch journalists against political class. We must continue to play our role as enshrined in the Constitution. Whatever you tell us, we put out there. We should not go about slandering people. We should not go about denting the image of people. If you have issues that you want to canvass it on the basis of convincing denters, not to really dent the image of your fellow politicians.
Yes, this is where we wrap it up, Chika.
Yes, I want to say, actually, you touched a point we made mention of that government or governance is continuum. You made mention of this project actually starting from the time of Governor Odwa and His Excellency Senator Okowa completing the project. That's what we're talking about here. On that note, I want to say thank you very much, people, for being here on a ride, the morning ride on Delta Television, Asaba. I am Vivian Kichika.
Thank you so much, Comrade Chairman.
My pleasure, sir.
Michael Ikogu. It's happening in your time. And we'll also be there with you.
God bless you.
Not invited us.
No, all of us are invited. It's your program, so you don't need a special invitation, please.
So this is what we're wrapping up for today. It's been quite exciting. If you ask me, the captain of the team, we are making sure everything is in perfect shape. We'll come in your way.
When you say the captain, what are we talking about? We're talking about no other than
the captain of the team.
The delectable Onome.
Okay, this is where we wrap it up, Vivian. Our time is up. My name is Onome. God bless Delta State. God bless Nigeria. I'm out.